So we are in the Finger Lakes, New York, and the Finger Lakes were actually carved by glaciers way back in the Ice Age, and what they left behind were these 11 finger-looking lakes that surround this region. There are a ton of different microclimates around each lake, all driven by the amazing variety of terroir, literally land and soil that was dragged up from these glaciers when they were receding back in the Ice Age, as well as I said, microclimates, so the weather itself, which is driven by lake effect in the water.
So one of the main lakes here in the Finger Lakes is Seneca Lake, which is over 600 feet deep. And because of its depth, it retains heat in the winter, but it also stays cool in the summer. Therefore, it will moderate the climate around the lakes and create very specific mesoclimates where Riesling and cool climate grape varieties enjoy to grow. In addition to that, we have a very interesting soil structure where we have shale bedrock as the foundation, where you have different layers of soils on top of it that creates a mosaic of soils that can ripen Riesling in different stages, so which we also enjoy. So Riesling can enjoy all its options from light and dry to heavier, richer Auslese styles of Riesling.
We are definitely in a cool climate winemaking zone, changing year to year with our ever-changing environment, but we are definitely very vintage-driven winemaking region, meaning that we have massive swings and variation from one year to the next. So we were talking earlier about Pinot Meunier, for example. We use that grape differently from year to year depending upon what the vintage gives us, anything from a red wine to a sparkling to a rosé.
As somebody who learned their winemaking in Provence in the south of France, I find it both thrilling and challenging, having to basically respond to the different growing conditions every year as to how we approach the idea of ripeness and extraction. It's something another thing that separates the Finger Lakes from many other wine regions.
The Finger Lakes have been known for decades for making incredible Riesling and genuinely some of the best in the United States. But I really believe that today, right now, the Finger Lakes has the greatest depth of quality across a range of styles, from bone dry all the way through to not just late harvest sweet Riesling, but ice wines and even single berry picked selections.
So when Lisa and I came to the region in '99, Pinot Noir was still the dominant red variety in the Finger Lakes, which is probably a well-kept secret. And since then, Cornell University, starting in the early mid-90s, introduced Cabernet Franc. And that has gradually taken over as the leading red variety, being a little more forgiving, both in the vineyard and in the cellar. We use them for a variety of wines, spanning all the way from sparkling to red wine for Pinot Noir. The Cabernet Franc, on the other hand, is dedicated to red wine, so very important, both of these, to our production.
And so I think you see that freshness, you see that brightness, you see clarity of style and a varietal. And I think the Finger Lakes is an exciting region for the U.S., but also for international wine fans. And I believe that there's a lot of great stories here. There's a lot of fantastic wines and a lot of talent. And I think both on the grower side and on the producer side.
So what is exciting would be our climate's changing. We have to think about how to do things differently. And those of us getting into the industry now that are embedded in it, there is some excitement in knowing that we have to evolve and grow and change as that demand is made of us.
I'm really excited just to really see the sustainability trend kick off here into Finger Lakes. And not the trend is a bad word, but farmers really taking it seriously, really looking at the ways we can grow grapes, the varieties of grapes we're choosing to grow, and then how we can use them and make really exciting, awesome wines. It's a lot of fun.
What people can learn from the Finger Lakes is probably a return to appreciating cool climate wine regions and their historical place, going back obviously to the origins in Europe, where some of these cool or northernly located wine regions have always produced extraordinary wines, but varying from year to year. So almost reintroducing the concept of vintage variation in a world of wine where many regions now show very little vintage character.
Finger Lakes has got everything to offer, really does. From the high end to the I think people use the term highbrow to lowbrow. People want to spend time with you and they want to tell you their story and they want to engage. Engagement's very high here in the Finger Lakes, and I think it's definitely a separator. So we welcome you to visit. We hope that you do. Reach out, connect. It's a very engaging community.
Drink more Riesling.
I love it. That's great.